felt like I found my best friend, but I still didn't trust. Trust issues was so big for me at the beginning.
And what, I mean, obviously after losing your virginity in that experience and losing your innocence, I mean, what, when did you ever be able to look at a man in a relationship sense again and not I guess be scared and hate on anyone near you?
It was really tough. I didn't want to be with anyone. I didn't know what gender I wanted to be with. I really didn't know myself. I was clearly didn't want to be with men. Obviously, I didn't feel like I wanted to be with women either. So it was just that. But then I became a personal trainer. This is way back because I realized how much fitness was helping me manage my emotions. So I wanted to help others. And in the gym, the first job I got, I met job in the gym rather, because I was training people freelance, but to get a job in the gym, it was in Leicester Square kind of area. It was a Fitness First in Leicester Square. And my husband was training there on his work break. And I didn't know he was going to be my husband, but I saw him, we noticed each other, and he was just so nice and gentle. I felt like I have found, it was that instant connection. I felt like I have found my best friend, but I still didn't trust. Trust issues was so big for me at the beginning. He was very slow. He didn't rush anything, and he made sure he knew he definitely had found someone he wanted to pursue. So to him, the whole act of sexual act, it wasn't his first priority when he came to me, I guess. And he didn't know my story. So slowly, I was opening up to him in terms of in a sexual way. And then once we sort of started living together quite soon, because he said, "Oh, do you mind if we just move in together?" And I was like, "Oh my God, this is happening too soon." And he said, "You're having loads of nightmares. Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, well," I said, there is a history. I said, "I've been through war." And he still didn't know. And then he said, "I'd love to marry you soon." And I knew he was going to propose. And he did propose, and he took me to Florence. And I said, "Okay, this is all well and good, but I need to tell you something." And then I told him my story. He's like, "And?" He said, "Babe, I love you." It's like, it doesn't change anything. He said, he said, "I have seen as a challenge." He said, "You're going to get better with time." He said, "I will help." So he's been my rock ever since. And I literally deleted everything that happened to me in the past. So when I did finally, at the beginning of our relationship, I was intimate with James, my husband, I treated it as my first time because he deserved for me to be that vulnerable and relax with him, that I didn't want him to feel guilt or something that he's doing wrong or that I'm feeling like I'm being abused. So I tried to delete everything that had happened just so, and then that was the turning point for me. Obviously, it just, things flourished from there, but it was him. And then I also would like to say to your viewers, which I haven't actually said it much in podcast, considering all the stuff that I've told everyone right now, you and your listeners and your viewers, about men, please don't ever think I think less of men than women. I absolutely adore the male gender, and I think I as a woman appreciate the alpha in a man and the gentleness at the same time and the sensitivity, because the very gender that broke my trust in humankind is the very gender that had regained and established that trust. For example, my husband, my dad, my mentor Gilles Agoni, he's been my mentor for a very long time, 20 years of mentorship. Without him, I wouldn't have done the book. It was his vision for me to have a book, his vision for me to do motivational speeches. Everything I do now, it was his vision. So he's been my rock. I love my father-in-law. He's like my dad. I have 2 boys, and I've been gifted with 2 boys. So,
How old are the
and
boys?
so many other people, Peter and Brian. Uh, is that what you asked me?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So they're really good boys. They know my story. They don't know the details, but they know.
they
And
understand.
they understand it really well because they did the sexual education at school. And one of them just, he's very inquisitive and asks questions. But on that lesson, he just withdrew himself. So I got a call from the school. They said, is it possible that maybe he's been molested or something, or is there something going on, something bothering him? And I was really shocked. I said, what do you mean? They said, because we did this lesson, we think that maybe something's going on in his head. So I said, let me speak to him. I sat him down. I said, we always speak truly, and whatever you say, I much rather handle the truth than the lie. He's like, Mommy, what's going on? I said, what's going on? Why are you withdrawing yourself from a lesson? Why are you feeling? Oh, he said it was about sexual abuse, Mommy. And I was thinking about you and what they were saying and the traumas that people have and mental issues and mental health, how it affects them in that sense. They were talking about the depth of it. And I was just thinking about you and how you might be feeling. And that really made me realize that he hasn't scarred my children. He's made them really gentle human beings, and he's made them resilient and more caring. So I don't think it's too early for children to understand that there is evil in the world and to be educated in a sense that it exists, but if you identify it, to move away from it. And also it teaches them how not to treat women. It's for me, I've been very open with my kids, and they definitely are little gentlemen. So
Great.
so proud of them.